department was here quickly.
Yeah. So it came directly that way.
Yes.
Wow.
The woman that lived in this house said that she felt her house shaking.
Right.
Whole thing.
I know you gonna dig this.
Get funky with me.
A rock and roll star dies in a tragic accident. It's a scenario we've seen many times over the years.
Of all the times these tragedies have made news, though, only one hit as close to home.
December 31st, 1985. 50s teen idol Ricky Nelson dies in a plane crash shortly after leaving Gunnersville, Alabama.
What's going on, everybody? How you doing today? Welcome to DeKalb, Texas. I've been saying DeKalb for a long time, but it's DeKalb, Texas. Small little town. There's a railroad crossing town right there. The railroad used to be right across the road in this house that I'm staying in, the Williams House Museum. It used to be across the road too, till it was moved over on this side and built into this giant. There's like 6 buildings on the property. It's all a museum of this region's history. There's so much going on in here. I'm here for 2 reasons, but for this video, I'm here about Ricky Nelson. And my parents were huge Ricky Nelson fans. I heard a lot of Ricky Nelson growing up. And if you're not familiar with Ricky Nelson, he was a rockabilly, he was a singer, pop singer, traveling man, garden, party, Hello Mary Lou, this is another song. I'm Walking, which is a cover, lots of hits. Pop singer in the 50s and 60s, 70s, 80s. He was the son of Ozzie and Harriet Nelson. They had a TV show, and Brother David, of course, on the show. Ricky was on the show. He was just, he had the look, he had the sound. At one point he had, I believe, something like 12 songs on the charts at one point, or in a 2-year period, 12 songs that charted in the top 10, and Elvis only had 11. But Elvis, of course, had been dropped in the army at that point. But this is how big he was. He was a very, very popular singer. Died in a plane crash December 31st, 1985. Not too far from here. We're going to go to that site. Then in this video, we're going to go to Los Angeles and visit the grave, the final resting place of Ricky Nelson. But here in this museum, windy. Here in this museum, they have part of the plane. So I'm going to talk about the plane crash first. And it's right here. We're going to go meet one of the ladies who runs the place, Carolyn. She's so sweet. Thank you, Carolyn, for opening up today. They're not open usually today. She drove over and opened up for me. And you've got to, the whole museum is incredible. Let's go look at the plane. So here we are. I'm going to read this to you. This is the main building. But there's this sign. It's a DC-3. Crashed Tuesday evening, December 31st, 1985, about 5:15 p.m., approximately 2 miles from this site in DeKalb, Texas. Those killed included Ricky Nelson and members of the Stone Canyon Band, bassist Patrick Woodward, drummer Rick Indveld, keyboardist Andy Chapin, guitarist Bobby Neal, road manager Donald Clark Russer, and Ricky's fiancée, Helen Blair. The pilots escaped, though both were badly burned. Their names are Ken Ferguson and Brad Rank. Now, they was coming from Guntersville, Alabama, en route to Dallas for a New Year's Eve extravaganza. It was later found that mechanical problems caused a fire that led to the crash. And I believe it was a faulty heater in the back of the plane. Carolyn's going to fill us in on more. Okay, so this is, wow.
This is the tail section of Ricky's plane. This is all that was left from the wreckage, except that the rudder, I think it's called,
right,
was on there. That was kept in Dallas. Everything was sent to Dallas to be inspected and everything. That was kept. It is at a salvage yard, but they do have it on display.
Oh, they have the rest of the plane on display?
Yes.
Oh, they have the back of on display.
Yes, that's all they have on display.
The rest was all
pieces,
correct? Yeah.
Everything else was gone virtually.
So it was a small plane, but fair size. It had 9 people, right?
See, that's the way it would have looked.
Wow.
It was first used in World War II as a passenger military transport. Then it was used, the DuPont family, well, I guess before the DuPont family bought it, it was used as a commercial flyer. And then the DuPont family bought it. Jerry Lee Lewis bought it from them, and then Ricky got it. And as you can see, all we have is that very last little section. So it was a good size flyer.
That's this section right here.
Yes, right there. Yeah.
Now, is this an actual photograph?
Yes, we have a lot of photographs. Real ones, not just in the
I
paper.
mean, look at that. That is just, oh my goodness. I didn't realize how much of the plane actually disintegrated, pretty much.
I'll show you a video in just a minute.
Oh,
and
sure. Okay.
It shows a lot more.
This is, now, I was reading about the mechanical problems. It was a faulty heater?
A faulty heater. And actually a man here in DeKalb has the other heater.
Oh my
He
goodness.
keeps saying that he will bring it to us, but we haven't gotten it.
And the
yet.
heater caught on fire and lit up.
Yes.
So they were consumed by fumes,
Yes.
right?
People saw smoke coming out of the plane before it crashed and all. But,
What a horrific way. I mean,
terrible.
do they know how long it was on fire for, or filled with? Do they know? The pilots probably.
Okay. On this video, it says when they came, I think, across Oklahoma, somewhere coming into Texas, they radioed. Let's look at that. real
Okay.
quick. And they radioed that they were in trouble.
Oh my goodness.
On the ground, the private DC-3 plane was a mass of wreckage and flames. Ricky Nelson, his fiancée, and 6 band members were flying from Alabama to Dallas. Over the Texas-Oklahoma border, the pilot and co-pilot radioed they were in trouble.
Apparently caught on fire in the cockpit, and we had a local helicopter
No, it was in the back.
pilot that was following the aircraft and was in communication with them.
The helicopter tried to direct them to the closest airport, but it was too late. Witnesses could see smoke coming from the plane. Dean Waters said the pilot circled the field and tried to land on a highway.
Here, 2 of my employees that were on their way home
had been on the highway, and he was trying to land on the highway and headed right straight toward them, and the kid just got scared and couldn't get off the road. So the pilot made another turn and tried to make a landing in that field out there, and from there just burned. By the time we got to the aircraft, the whole thing was just completely engulfed in flames.
Those flames consumed nearly the entire plane. The tail remained the only part of the aircraft unscorched by the fire. Rescue workers used foam to douse the blaze and contained grass fires around the site. Both the pilot and co-pilot were apparently thrown from the DC-3 and, despite burns, tried to rescue Nelson and the band members. The flame and heat made their efforts futile. Pilot Brad Rank and co-pilot Kenneth Ferguson were taken to St. Michael Hospital in Texarkana. Ferguson suffered extensive burns to his upper body and was transferred to a burn center in Little Rock, Arkansas. Nelson and his Stone Canyon band were flying to Dallas to play a New Year's Eve concert. The show at the Park Suite Hotel went on as a tribute to Nelson and his band. David Goodnow, Headline News.
So it was, yeah, like you said, it was the pilots weren't thrown. They broke out of the front of the plane, I believe. Yeah.
These were the ones that the paper, the reporters
Right.
took.
So what time? Was it nighttime?
It was probably about 6 o'clock.
Right, because they were going to play a show that night, right?
They were going to Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is about a 40-minute plane fly
Probably,
from here. Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
probably.
2-hour drive, so
Yeah.
small plane. Oh my goodness.
It was at the Park Suite Hotel. We had we just changed some things up, so I'm going to look for it. We have a ticket stub. Oh, it's up here. We actually had a ticket stub from the Park Suite Hotel that night. And this came to us by way of Indiana. Some people from Indiana were here, and they said they believed their niece went to the show, and she had her ticket stub. So
6 p.m. to 2 a.m. And he was the headliner.
yeah,
Oh my goodness.
And then the patch over there, the life, air life.
Right.
That guy was an EMT, and he was on his way to Texarkana. He was off duty, but he heard that there was a crash or that a plane was going down, and he turned around and came back, and he was the first EMT on the scene.
Wow. This is incredible. It's so sad with these musicians and their faulty planes. It happens
It happens. It
a lot.
does.
I've
It
done a
really
few
does.
stories on it, and it's just, he knew that the plane, like, I'm not blaming, I'm just saying they knew the plane had problems, right?
They didn't take off from Alabama. They were delayed a little bit taking off. And one of the stories in one of these articles says that he said it would be the last time they ever flew on that plane.
Yeah. Which is, so many artists have said that. This will be the last time we fly on this plane. Like, as if to say they're going to sell it, they'll get a new plane.
Right.
But no, it becomes the last time ever. It's very, my goodness.
When we first got the plane, we were not excited about getting it because we thought,
It's a little,
you know,
right. I know what you're
gruesome
saying.
and
Right.
everything. But Bobby Neal, who was the lead guitarist, has 3 sisters, or maybe more, but 3 came at the beginning. They live in Arkansas. They came down here, and they would stand by the plane and just rub on it.
Oh, so they,
And,
yeah.
I mean, very, very touching.
Yes.
And we realized then that it needed to be on display. We had it just out in the yard for a while, and then we had a friend from Ohio who is a huge Ricky Nelson fan. He was not a friend at the time. He came here, he saw the plane outside, and he said, we've got to get it covered.
Right.
So he paid to have a covering put here.
Right here, on this.
And we kept that for several years, and then we were able to enclose it. We still call it the Pavilion. It's
Right.
now named after that guy, Jerry Johnson. We say the Jerry Johnson Pavilion Hall now. But
This is
we
incredible.
finally were able to enclose it, and
This piece, I wonder why it didn't disintegrate too. Like, I wonder, it just snapped off, I guess.
I guess so. I guess it was just far enough back.
Yeah.
Nothing happened. They got the fire out.
And the wheel, my goodness. Yeah, I grew up, my mother loved Ricky Nelson, so I've been listening to his music for years.
Well, I always thought Ricky could sing better than Elvis, but Ricky just stood there, no expression, just singing. You know?
Elvis had the moves.
Elvis had the moves.
And Ricky had charisma, but Elvis, I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Elvis made the jump more to the... His fans followed him more into adulthood. Ricky Nelson's fans kind of wanted him stuck in that teen era. They didn't embrace his older stuff. And some of his older stuff, his 60s and 70s stuff, is great. Yeah, really good music. Wow, he got a lot of, yeah. Oh, Sun Records. Yeah, Jerry Lee Lewis, yeah. So Helen Blair, Ricky Nelson's fiance, commissioned him to paint this, and then
And she was also killed in the crash.
right,
too.
and so he heard of the news and he stored it away till 2020 and donated it here, and that is what we're looking at there. Gosh. So now, because I know kind of where the crash site is, because I've looked it up a million times, but you're actually going to take me out there.
Right.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the video, it said that he tried to land on the highway. And
Yep.
this would be the highway. It came directly over that house over there.
Right.
Then the only marker that we had they sheared off telephone poles.
Sorry, what did they do?
A sheared off telephone pole where the
Right.
line hit the pole. And it is, you see that green bush out there
Yeah.
in the middle? Okay, the pole is right beside it.
Okay.
That's, it came right there, sheared that off. I didn't show you, I should have shown you some pictures where you could see the plane hit down in that field several times.
So that way?
Yes, going that way, and when it got to the woods, it hit the trees.
So back there, not these trees.
Not
Right.
these, no,
Right.
the ones at the back. It hit the trees back there, and that's where it stopped.
Right. So lucky the forest didn't catch on fire.
Some of it did.
Oh, wow.
A few trees did, but the fire department was here quickly.
Yeah. So it came directly that way.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. The woman that lived in this house said that she felt her house shaking.
Right.
The whole thing.
And the people that live here, were they living here at the time?
They were.
Wow.
And there was another house on the other side of the woods. They're the people that it was closest to them, actually. There's a dirt road on the other side. You go down here and turn, and there's a dirt road. And their house was right there.
I guess these people are used to people coming out here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna walk over there quick and see if I can see that. So the plane, I'm not sure how much you could hear of Caroline speaking because it's very windy and very loud with the highway right here. Plane flew directly over that house, and there's an old telephone pole. I clipped the telephone pole, which should be, yeah, there it is, right beside this little bush. That's the telephone pole that it hit. Right there. My goodness. So that crash that you saw, the remnants we showed you on video, was straight ahead. That's where Ricky Nelson and the others lost their lives. It's a beautiful, beautiful spot with a horrific little story attached to it. Horrific story, not little story. Sorry. Horrific story attached to him. Wow. There it is. So Carolyn, thank you so much.
Thank you for coming. We're so proud to have you. We love visitors.
Thank you. And right now, I'm going to go to Los Angeles and visit the final resting place of Ricky and his family.
Wow.
Yeah, you're going to see the viewers, and you're going to watch this video when it's up?
You bet.
You bet. Okay, good. Because right now, that's where I'm going.
Okay.
Forest
Wonderful.
Lawn in Hollywood Hills, coming up. Thank you, Caroline.
Thank you.
Welcome to Hollywood Hills, Forest Lawn, and here I am in Los Angeles, California. We're going to visit the final resting place of Ricky Nelson. Made it here, and I believe his parents, Ozzie and Harriet, are here as well, and should be right behind me. Okay, let's go. No, it's somewhat up this hill somewhere, just to give you an indication of where we are. Straight ahead, you can see that's the white church that you see when you come in on your left. So we're kind of at the front of the cemetery. Bob Barker's just right across the street from that white cemetery. And I've done his grave before. And then directly, just make a right, follow Ascension Road all the way around. And kind of look for these trees. Well, all the trees look the same, I'm sure. But find a grave has a nice pin, so I'm assuming it's right around here, where Ricky Nelson is is laid to rest. Let's see. I don't normally put, well, sometimes I do, not regular people, but everybody's regular, but non-celebrities, but I saw this girl, Annabelle K. Simpson, and I saw that, Our Mom. I think that's just sweet. 1954. 1896. Wow, so she was only 58. I think it's sweet when it says something like that, Our Mom. And we're surrounded by somebody's mom, somebody's dad, somebody's child, all around here. And here we are, so a lot further up the hill than I thought, and I should add that, I don't have to add it, but I'm going to, that this is the hill that I always see coyotes on when I drive up on this side of the cemetery, coming out of there. So, gotta be on the lookout. Any weird sound I hear, I'm just like, eeh. But, you know, Oswald Nelson, Harriet Nelson, and Ricky's parents, Ozzie and Harriet. Very, very simple, sweet graves. And Hazel Hilliard is Harriet's mom, so Ricky's grandmother, right here. And unfortunately, I only have 3 stones on me because I didn't realize she was here. But rest in peace, Hazel. That was my grandmother's name. Some beautiful rocks. One there for you. One there for you, Ozzie. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Slides. Okay. So Ricky, I'm not sure where Ricky is, but I know he's here. We're right near his parents. Let's see. Let's take a look. Can't remember. I've actually never been to these graves before, so he should be right around here. I think he's above them. I don't see. Wait, I forgot. Eric Hilliard Nelson. I forgot I walked right by. I forgot that his real name. Beautiful views up here. Beautiful views. And here's Ricky. Somebody's left a quarter there. And some shells. I saw a shell, I think, by his mom's. Yeah. There's Ricky Nelson's grave. Wow. Rest in peace. And rest in peace to all the Nelsons here. Ozzie and Harriet, that's... wow. And Harriet's mom was an actress as well. Thanks for watching, everybody. Rest in peace, Ricky Nelson, right here to my left, and to his parents and his grandmother. From Texas to Los Angeles. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Love you all. Peace out.